All right, this video is going to go through how to set your textures, change your colors, and how to save a texture that may or may not be in the system, so that you can closely or maybe a little bit closer resemble what your client is trying to accomplish. So for this particular room, my client would like to see black cabinets with an agrochromic silver countertop and backing above this countertop. So I'm going to do a couple things first. I'm going to see what color group my units are in. So everything that I've designed is in a color group 5, with the exception of the ones I want to be in a color group 3. You can choose any color group. I just want to make sure there's some sort of differentiation between the numbers. So when I set my textures, I know group 5 needs to be black and group 3 needs to be my agrochromic silver. So I would like this, and this piece, these 3 pieces, to be my color group 3. So I've already set them, but I would just click on the color, click on the group, select OK. Now, I've already made sure that I'm aware that color group 5 is everything else. So I'm going to click on 3D. I'm going to click on options and then set textures. So you have a lot of different things you can do. You can choose different parts of group 1 or your different groups pieces to be different colors or textures. So like I said, I stuck with group 3 and group 5 because for me it's easier. So group 5, these are going to be my cabinets. I am going to make sure I'm in wood, melamine, and you'll notice that everything is a .BMP. Now that's really important when we go look for a different finish. So I'm going to click on melamine, and then I'm going to click on the colors. So again, this is where you want to make sure you're in group 5. My group 5 cabinet, I would like to be black. So I'm going to set this color and close. And you want to make sure that the 5 shows up here. So it's here, set my color, close, set this texture. Oh, might be better. And then hit close. Now it's going to make all my cabinets black. So I want this backing and the countertop to be in the agrochromics silver. When I click on options and I go to my textures, you have options. So I'm just going to click on 3. You can go into Formica. There's a lot of different, options. When you click on them, I mean, you might be able to find something that best suits, the texture you're trying to show. In stone, you've got different pieces. None of those are going to work for me. Wilson art. So I already have it in here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So these are all .bmp files. So I'm going to close. I'm just going to go back to return 2D. It won't matter. I am going into my internet. I'm going to search the finish that I want. So let's just go in here. We'll search. Oh. Chromic silver. Okay. So I don't want the flooring, but this is the finish. I'm going to click on the board because this is the board material, and I'm going to right click on it. I am going to save the image as something that I want. So you have options of ways to save it, but this is almost a two-step process. I'm just going to drop it on my desktop. I'm going to leave it with that name because it's irrelevant. I just want it so when I click on it, I can save it as. I find that this is just an easier method or process. Okay, so I have my file. Most images come up as a JPEG. I am going to right click and save as. Okay. Now, this took me a long time to learn the back end of KCD. So make sure you're comfortable with this part of it before you go dropping images in places. But I go into my windows, I double click on KCD, and I remembered from being in my 3D that I was looking in textures. So texture. So I'll just get back out of this one. I'm going to name this Egger Chromix Silver. And then I'm going to find my folder. So you can't just save this anywhere. You need to put it in the right spot. If I double click on textures, these are all the options that I had when I was in the 3D portion of changing my texture. So these are the different folders. Now I could put this in the Formica folder. Okay, but it says there's nothing to match my search, right? Because this is the wrong file type. So if I select the .bmp, I can leave this Eggerchromic Silver .bmp and hit save. Okay, so now I can change my group 3 and my group 5 countertop. So now I'll go back into 3D. I'll go to options, my set textures. And now I'm just going to choose group three because that's what I chose these 3 back panels to be. And then I'll go up here and choose my Formica. So now my Eggerchromic Silver is here. So I'll say set texture. And then I'm also going to choose my group 5 countertop. Now when I hit close and it starts rendering, it should put that Eggerchromics in. So now when I scroll around, and you can change your walls, you can change your flooring. I mean, there are a lot of different things that you can do to mimic the room and to make this as realistic as possible. But I at least wanted to show you how to import a finish that may or may not be available within the system itself. So I hope this helps. This should allow you to, showcase your drawing a little bit better.